My precious child, this is not a message for everyone, this is for you and only you. Right now I'm speaking through Archangel Michael, and I have just 2 minutes to reach deep into your heart, before something moves forward, without your voice in the room. Listen closely, don't dismiss this, don't share it. This is sacred, urgent, private, and the clock is ticking. As you take in my words, there's a secret gathering being arranged. You weren't told about it, you weren't invited, and yet you are the reason it's happening. What they're planning is not in your favor, it's a decision to take from you, something that was yours, something you fought for with prayer, endured for with pain, and held on to with unshakable perseverance. They're not meeting to celebrate your growth, they're meeting to stop it, and my angels are grieving, because they see the trap forming, while you're still unaware. That's why I've sent Archangel Michael on divine command, to reach you now, before it's too late. He's standing right beside you, whispering urgently, nudging you gently, open your heart, open your eyes. Stay quiet, but stay alert, because if you overlook this message, you may also miss the divine protection I'm placing around your name and your destiny. Don't be afraid, but be aware. As you read these words, silently repeat this in your heart: I receive this message from God and I am protected. My child, this world has grown far too loud, and in all that noise, your truth has been buried, by those threatened by your light. But I see your light, I see your pure-hearted intentions. That's why the enemy targets you so fiercely, not because you're weak, but because you're powerful. They're not discussing you because they dislike you, they're discussing you because they know others will be drawn to the truth you carry. That's why they want to silence you, but I didn't create you to be silenced, I made you to rise, especially when others try to push you down. You didn't stumble upon this message, it was divinely orchestrated. While the enemy schedules a meeting, heaven sends a message. They plot in rooms, I whisper in spirit, and my whisper drowns out every one of their schemes. Are you listening? Before you read another word, pause for a moment. Silently ask God, if this message is truly meant for me, let me feel your presence right now. Yes, I know who you are. You're the one who stays quiet while hurting, you give when you feel empty, you smile when no one even sees. And now those you once trusted are sitting together, not to uplift you, but to figure out how to erase your name, from the very place you earned, through sacrifice and integrity. But listen to me, child, I am God, they don't hold your destiny in their hands, I do. This message finds you now, because you're standing at a crossroads. Your response to this moment will open a door no one can shut. And when you act in alignment with this word, something powerful will shift. Archangel Michael is ready, he's been watching what's happening behind the scenes, observing everything hidden in those closed doors. And in his hand is a scroll from heaven, inscribed with your name, glowing in light. But I cannot release that scroll, unless you agree to let go of fear, and step fully into your divine strength. Stay connected to the light, subscribe to this divine guidance, because you're going to need reminders in the coming days, and I will keep sending them. Don't allow them to convince you, your voice has no value. They want to remove your name, because it shines too brightly. But I wrote your name in my book, long before they ever knew who you were. I'm not erasing it, I'm lifting it higher. My child, pause and breathe deeply, because what comes next isn't to frighten you, it's to wake you up. There are times when those closest to you smile while secretly scheming. Not because you've done wrong, but because your light exposes what they're hiding. You are a mirror, and some people cannot bear to see themselves in your reflection. Right now a quiet meeting is taking place, whispers behind your name. They're preparing a table, not to honor you, but to push you out of a role, an opportunity, a promise. What they don't realize is, I'm sitting at that table too, I've heard it all. I didn't permit this moment to destroy you, I allowed it to reveal them. They think they hold power, but I write the story, and right now I'm turning the page. Listen closely, among them is one person who isn't at peace. One heart feeling the weight of guilt, one soul hesitating to go along with their plan. That person is the key, I'll use to reverse it all in your favor. But right now you must stay silent, don't react, don't chase answers, don't expose what you know. Just stay close to me, I'm working, I'm whispering, and soon I'll act. If your heart feels like it's racing right now, that's because my spirit is confirming this truth. Nothing they've said has escaped my ears, I've seen it all. They think they're clever, but I am wisdom itself. I allow their movements just long enough, to show who they truly serve. Their aim is to erase your name, diminish your light, silence your voice. But they forgot, your name isn't in their hands, it's written in mine. I do not permit erasure, I allow elevation. They plotted in darkness, but I will reward you in the open. You must trust me, even when you can't see how I'll flip this in your favor, because I will, I always do, I've never lost a battle, and I won't begin now. The reason you're reading this is simple, heaven sees you as worthy of direct intervention, and this is that divine moment. You are not broken, you're chosen. You are not abandoned, you're protected. You are not being erased, you are being revealed. Right now, someone who was part of the plan is watching you, remembering how you were kind, when you didn't have to be, loyal when it wasn't required. Their heart is trembling, and their mind is shifting. I'm stirring them, I'm entering their thoughts, and they're beginning to pull back from the plan. This whole setup, I'm turning it into your setup for a miracle. What they thought would silence you, will be the moment I shout through you. What they thought was removal, is really me repositioning you. This isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new, far better chapter, and child, it is breathtaking. But I need to ask you this, can you remain calm while pressure builds? Can you stay faithful when life feels unfair? Can you hold your peace when your name is dragged through whispers? Because if you can, you will witness something rare, you'll see me your God, defend you in real time. Let these words live in your spirit, God's not letting this end the way they planned, He's writing a better ending just for me. Sometimes your quietest moment, is your strongest act of faith. While they conspire, heaven listens, angels gather, a holy shift begins. I didn't carry you this far, to drop you now. I didn't bless you, just to let someone else steal it. No, I'm about to prove, that when I choose someone, no human scheme can undo what I've declared. And what I've written for you, is unstoppable. My child, do you know why they've never been able to destroy you, not even once? Because I never allowed it, it wasn't luck, it wasn't chance, it was me, my hands holding you, even in the silence, my shield around you, even in the chaos, my love fighting for you, even when you couldn't feel it, even when you questioned everything. But right at the center of the purpose I've written for you, I'm lifting your name, above the noise, above the confusion, above the false stories. And while they scramble to figure out what went wrong in their plan, you will begin to walk in what I designed long ago. You will not return to the space they tried to trap you in, you will rise into the place I crafted for you, from the beginning. Now hear me clearly, this is not just about survival, this is your unveiling. I'm not restoring what was taken, I'm multiplying what was promised. This shift isn't small, it will echo into every part of your life. The whispers that tried to break you will become the testimony that builds you. The doors they tried to close will now swing wide, not just for your entry, but for your elevation. The scroll has been opened, the seal broken, and with it the delay is shattered. What seemed to stall was in truth sacred timing, aligning perfectly. You felt forgotten, but I was preparing. You felt abandoned, but I was arranging. You felt overlooked, but I was setting the stage for your arrival. I allowed them to talk, so I could silence their plans with my glory. Child, can you feel it now, that heaviness lifting, that fear shrinking, that stirring inside your soul? That is me, that is the confirmation you were waiting for. I have not stepped away, I've drawn closer, and now I am pulling you forward, through the fog, through the chaos, through the plans they thought were hidden. They thought they had you figured out, they believed they had closed the case. But I am reopening everything, I'm rewriting the conclusion, and this time it ends with light, bursting through every shadow they tried to keep you in. You will see how I use even betrayal to unlock your breakthrough. You were never meant to be silenced, that voice I gave you, it's powerful, because it carries heaven's sound. That heart you protect so dearly, it shines, because it holds divine fire. And that name they circled in red, hoping to erase it, I etched it in flames, across destiny's skies. No human hand can blot it out. Now listen to this with your soul wide open, the next few days are not random, they are aligned. You will notice shifts in conversations, unexpected peace after turbulence, even silence from people who once spoke often. Don't chase them, let the silence speak, let their absence make room for my presence. I am moving in silence, not because I'm absent, but because I am working deeply. I'm aligning the people who will recognize your light, not fear it. I'm placing you where your strength is honored, not envied. I'm guiding you toward those who will pray with you, not plot against you. This is not the end, this is the crossing. The place between what was, and what will be. The moment when you step out of the shadow of their opinions, and into the certainty of my promise. And yes, it may still feel lonely, yes, the betrayal may still sting, but what's ahead will heal what was behind. You'll find that what tried to break you, only prepared you to stand taller. What tried to steal from you, only made you realize your value. What was meant to silence you, only made you treasure your voice more. And I will use all of it, every tear, every ache, every closed door, to launch you into the next level of your calling. Now here is what I want you to carry as your truth, you don't need to defend yourself. Your assignment is not proof, it's presence. Let me be the one to explain, let me be the one to vindicate, let me be the one to reveal. Because when I do it, no one can deny it. There's power in staying still, when your name is under fire. There's strength in refusing to react, when they expect your collapse. And there's glory in watching me do what only I can, taking their rejection, and turning it into your redirection. What they tried to vote on in shadows, I have already overturned in the light. What they hoped would bring your fall, will instead become the very foundation I build your rise upon. And the person I stirred, the one among them whose heart is now torn, they are the sign that my spirit is present, even in enemy territory. Stay close now, stay surrendered, don't step out ahead of me. I am moving slowly, precisely, and completely. And when it happens, it won't just be you who sees the shift, everyone around you will recognize the hand of God. They will wonder how you rose, when everything was planned against you. They'll ask how you made it, when even the odds were fixed. And you will say, with peace in your soul, because I was never alone, because heaven fought for me, while I stayed still. Child, I know the weight you carry, I know the nights you've cried without answers, I know how heavy it felt, to keep trusting, when nothing around you looked like the promise. But those were not wasted moments, they were hidden rehearsals for your unveiling. Now step with grace, walk with quiet authority. And if fear tries to whisper, remind it, I don't belong to fear, I belong to God. This journey isn't about defending your worth, it's about revealing my glory through your life, and I've chosen you, not by mistake, not by default, but by divine design. You are stepping into the days you prayed for, the ones you almost gave up on. And though you didn't know when or how it would come, you stayed faithful. And now, because of that faithfulness, the scroll is open, the order is active, the heavens are in motion. Let them watch, let them wonder, let them wrestle with the mystery of your rise. Because when I lift someone, I do it in full view, I do it with undeniable power, and I do it in a way that shows the world, this is my child, my hand is on them. Breathe in deeply now, let go of the weight they tried to throw on you. Release the pressure to explain yourself. Let your silence become your surrender, and your trust be the loudest declaration of your belief. Because I'm not finished yet, I've only just begun, and what's coming next will be nothing short of divine unfolding, a masterpiece written in heaven, revealed on earth. I'm bringing new relationships, ones forged not by convenience, but by covenant. I'm replacing connections, built on gossip, with ones built on grace. You will no longer chase closeness, with those who only tolerated you. Instead, I am surrounding you, with those who see you through my eyes, those who won't need an explanation, to recognize the weight you carry. You don't have to apologize anymore, for being chosen. You don't have to hide your shine, to make others feel comfortable. You don't have to sit quietly, while they twist your silence into guilt. That time is over. Now you will walk in clarity, in courage, in the confidence, that comes not from pride, but from presence, my presence within you. You're not just walking away from the pain, you're walking into promise. There is a release happening, even now, in the atmosphere. Something that was delayed, has just been released. You may not see it yet, but you'll feel the shift, doors that were stuck will suddenly open, resources that were held up will suddenly flow, and words that were once spoken against you, will have no weight. I've declared it, no weapon formed will prosper, and no voice raised in judgment will stand. This is your vindication, this is your unveiling. You don't need to explain how you got here. You don't need to argue with those who question your rise. Let them wonder, let them guess. Because what's coming next is not a move man could orchestrate. What I'm doing will carry the fragrance of the supernatural, and those who doubted you will see it with their own eyes, and fall silent. I will make it undeniable, my glory will rest on you, like morning dew, gentle but unmistakable. And now my child, breathe again. That tightness in your chest, that heaviness in your spirit, it's lifting. I'm releasing rest over you, not just physical rest, but soul rest. You won't have to wrestle through nights of overthinking, questioning, regretting. I'm settling the unrest, I'm calming the storm within, because what's ahead of you doesn't require the old tension. You've stepped into a new rhythm, one of grace, one of ease, one of flow. The striving is done. But listen closely, there's still more. There is something sacred, I've reserved just for you. A space that no one can occupy but you. This space is not just a position, it's a purpose. It's the assignment I hid in the scroll, the one now unsealed. And now that the scroll is revealed, and the enemy's plans cancelled, I am unlocking revelation. You'll begin to understand why it all had to happen, the waiting, the betrayal, the silence. It wasn't punishment, it was positioning. You've been asking, why did it take so long? But what seemed like delay was actually divine design. Had I released it too soon, the wrong people would have had access, the wrong voices would have claimed credit. But now the timing is perfect. Now I get the glory. Now they'll know, it wasn't networking, it wasn't influence, it wasn't manipulation, it was me. You will feel it start, with a whisper in your spirit, an instruction, a nudge, a confirmation. Follow it, don't second guess it. I'm giving you divine strategy, not for survival, but for stewardship. What I release to you now, must be protected. Guard your peace, guard your joy, guard your oil. Everyone who smiles at you, is not sent for you. Discernment is your weapon, keep your ears close to my heart. And know this, I'm not just restoring your name, I'm restoring your identity. You began to forget who you were, you started to see yourself, through the eyes of those who misunderstood you. But I am breaking every false label, every lie, every misjudgment. You are not what they said, you are what I spoke, beloved, chosen, anointed, appointed. You are royalty in my kingdom, walk like it, speak like it, think like it. The crown was never removed, only refined. Now step forward, don't wait for their invitation, don't pause for their applause. Move with me. I have gone ahead of you, and I've left breadcrumbs of favor along the path. You'll walk into rooms you didn't apply for, receive calls you didn't expect, find provision in places you never thought to look. That's what happens when heaven backs you. This next chapter won't require force, it will flow. You'll look back and say, it shouldn't have worked but it did. That's how you'll know it was me. I'm removing every burden that didn't come from me, every expectation that wasn't mine, every pressure they put on you, I'm lifting it. You're free, truly free, free to believe again, free to dream again, free to rest without guilt, free to rise without apology. And now, child, lean in one more time. There is a name, yes, the one I showed you in a dream, the one that stirred confusion in your spirit. I will clarify it, I will confirm it, and I will show you why they were allowed into the room, not to destroy you, but to expose the unseen. Even Judas had a seat at the table, but the betrayal was the beginning of the birthing. So don't fear the presence of the wrong ones, just follow the presence of the right one, me. I will never leave you wondering, I will never leave you stranded, I will never leave you unseen. You've cried in secret, but I reward openly. You've labored in hiddenness, but I exalt in light. You've waited while others passed you by, but now you will be remembered, not by man, but by heaven. And in the coming days, you'll begin to see it unfold, piece by piece, layer by layer. Some won't understand how you're rising, some will question your calm, others will pretend nothing happened. Let them, you're not rising for revenge, you're rising for redemption. You're rising because grace found you, you're rising because I wrote it this way. And when you rise, take nothing from the old room, not their doubt, not their labels, not their expectation. Leave it all. You're not who you were when you entered, you've been transformed in the fire, you've been refined in the silence, you've been strengthened in the wait, and now you emerge, not bitter, not broken, but bold. This next season will feel like breath, like sunlight after storm, like the moment dawn breaks, after the longest night. And when it comes, you won't need to announce it. The glory on you will speak for itself. My favor will do the talking, my justice will answer every accusation, my hand will open every door. You just keep walking. Because what was meant to be your end, has become your entrance. What was planned as your dismissal, has become your display. What was supposed to break you, has become the platform that reveals me in you. And the one who doubted, who plotted, who spoke, watch what I do. Watch how I turn their words into your wind, watch how I use their plan as your path, watch how I make the very place they tried to bury you, the ground where you bloom. So now my child, wipe your face, breathe in my peace, and walk forward, not as one rejected, but as one resurrected. The scroll is sealed, the case is closed, the stage is set, and you, chosen one, you are ready. The miracle has already begun. So now breathe deeper than you have in weeks, not just because you're relieved, but because your lungs are finally filling with truth. For so long you inhaled worry, you exhaled fear, but now my breath is in your atmosphere, my whisper is in your soul. You're no longer just surviving disappointment, you're walking into divine appointment. Do you feel that shift inside you? That's not just emotion, it's recognition. Your spirit recognizes that what I spoke is now manifesting. Even your surroundings will begin to feel different. The same room, the same streets, the same tasks, will suddenly carry a weight of grace. What felt repetitive, will now feel redemptive, because you are walking in restoration. The lightness isn't random, it's the evidence of chains breaking, of burdens lifting, of heaven leaning close to you. You'll notice how much quieter your fears have become, not because they left on their own, but because I silenced them. You don't need to rush, this is not a sprint, this is a sacred unfolding. I'm not just fixing your life, I'm fulfilling a promise. I'm not just answering your prayer, I'm honoring your perseverance. You didn't faint, even when you felt like it, you didn't quit, even when everything told you to. And now I'm returning all that was taken. Your name, your space, your dignity, it's all coming back multiplied. I'm surrounding you with clarity, not confusion. And I'm assigning peace to your path. The people who are meant for this next chapter will find you, they'll be drawn to the light in you, not the image others painted of you. And you won't have to explain, you won't have to correct the rumors, or chase the narrative. I am rewriting it all, in front of the same audience, that tried to erase you. You will no longer wake up with dread, instead you'll rise with holy expectation. You'll no longer rehearse what went wrong, you'll start receiving what is going right. You'll no longer obsess over who left, you'll begin to rejoice over who I'm sending. And listen, child, I'm not just sending anyone, I'm sending helpers, sentinels, truth carriers. People who see you, and sow into you, not for what they can get, but because they recognize what I've placed in you. Your gift will no longer be hidden, your voice will no longer be suppressed, your heart will no longer be taken for granted. I am redeeming even the places that shamed you. The very environments that rejected you, will soon release a sound of honor, not because they changed, but because I've changed your positioning. You are no longer under their authority, you are under mine. So stop wondering if you're enough, stop measuring your value, by who applauded or who stayed silent. Your worth is rooted in the fact that I made you in my image. I didn't call the popular, I called the pure. I didn't choose the crowd, I chose you. Because when others overlooked your depth, I was storing it for destiny. Yes, this is that moment, the one I kept whispering about in your dreams. The one I hinted at, when you almost settled for less. This is that crossing over point, the invisible line, between sorrow and celebration. You don't have to beg for it, you don't have to chase it, you only have to receive it. And even now heaven is moving, to make room for your arrival. There will be joy again, laughter again, light again. You won't just smile to keep peace, you'll smile because peace is now your portion. You won't just function in survival mode, you'll flourish in sacred abundance. I'm not sending scraps, I'm sending substance. I'm not offering distractions, I'm unfolding destiny, and it starts now. Let this be the hour, you release every weight that isn't yours to carry. Let this be the hour, you drop every label that never belonged to you. Let this be the hour, you return to yourself, healed, whole, and holy. Because I'm not interested in you pretending to be okay, I'm restoring you to the place where you truly are. Every room where you were dismissed, will echo with your absence. Not because you made noise, but because your presence carried a purity, that they'll never replicate. And in your new space, your new season, your new circle, that purity will be honored, protected, and celebrated. You are being seen correctly now, not through the lens of pain, but through the vision of prophecy. I'm not just making a way for you, I am the way. And wherever you go, my voice will be louder than the old lies, my peace will be thicker than the former grief, my promises will weigh more than the former betrayal. You won't have to look back anymore, you won't have to explain what happened. Because what I'm building, doesn't need an explanation, it will be the evidence. Walk with your head high now, not in pride, but in purpose. You carry something eternal. And when the world sees your joy, and wonders where it came from, you'll know. You'll remember these words, you'll recall this sacred moment, where everything changed, not outside first, but inside. Because once your spirit shifted, your reality had to obey. Your days of waiting in confusion are over. Your nights of crying alone are finished. Your season of wondering if you missed it is done. You didn't miss it, child, it was simply being prepared for the right version of you. And now that you've become who I always saw, I'm releasing what was always yours. There will be no more delay, no more begging, no more bargaining, just receiving, just walking in it, just becoming. And when it gets quiet again, when doubt tries to creep back in, return to this word. Read it again, feel my spirit speak again. Because this wasn't written to inspire you for a moment, it was spoken to awaken you forever. You are no longer at the mercy of their decisions. You are no longer hanging by the thread of their approval. You are no longer trying to earn space in places I've called you out of. You are now positioned in promise, rooted in truth, anchored in grace, and surrounded by heaven. Now go, not in fear, but in fullness. Let every step remind hell that you didn't fold. Let every breath testify to your survival. Let every word from your mouth carry the oil of someone who made it. Because you did, you made it, and this is just the beginning. I am not finished blessing you, I am not finished restoring you, I am not finished loving you, and I never will be. Amen.